Sega.
Okay, the stream should be starting relatively soon. I just need to update some information on some of my things. Okay, get YouTube, update the thumbnail. Yep. YouTube is good to go. Get the Rumble description. There we go. Perfect. I think I'm good to go. Just need to go to my other computer, view, make sure the streams are good over there. Oh, I just realized something. Chat window's actually not loaded up properly. Let me try resetting that. There it goes. Perfect. And good thing I didn't need to restart the stream for that. Looks like the other computers, with my not the computers, but computer. It looks like it's running the streams just fine, though one of them has a bit of advertisement going. And oh yeah, I've got to grab a nearby drink. While this replay is loading, I'm gonna grab a drink. For those who are curious whether or not that's going to be what's it called? Spearhead. It will not be Spearhead today. I'm probably going to do Spearhead every other week right now. Drawing a little bit more attention than regular replays, though then again, not many people, anybody, asks Spearhead, so it's going to be back and forth. So I'm going to go get this replay loaded, and I'm going to grab a nearby drink. One moment, please. Looks like I had a drink nearby either way, so perfect. So let's go ahead and get started. Not familiar with this map, Direct Scout? What map is this? Then again, I've never played 2v2s. A few times I did, it was by accident. So, let's go ahead and get started. Yeah, let's go ahead and disable. What was that sound? Oh, I'm recording? I must actually hit the record button. I just realized something as well. Change this. Oh, looks like the 6 key is spamming out. That's what was my issue. Not sure if that changed anything. Okay, I think I fixed that. And I realized something as well. It's been sort of like being a little bit like showing like a little bit extra stuff on the bottom. So that should go ahead and fix that. Increase the size. There we go. All lined up. Not perfect, but good enough for me. And yep, I think everything's good to go. So let's go ahead and get started. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Company Heroes 2 replay. Small on the left side as the blue UKF forces, we have HS Romuth. As teammate as the yellow US player, both of the allies have selected a doctrine. We have Soy Kitty. Spawning as the red OKW player, we have Von Mantoof. I probably butchered that. And spawning as ally as the magenta austere player, we have Heartless Jaeger. This map. Is this one of the Ardennes Assault maps? I do not recognize this map whatsoever. No, it doesn't look like Ardennes Assault. Maybe it is? It does have that sort of same feel. Am I going crazy, or is this just a map that people don't really choose to play? This could have been some sort of custom game. We got Double Pioneer Opener, a tier 1 skip for the austere player. Got a standard opener of riflemen. Over here, we got just infantry sections. Building a lot of sandbags, looks like.
An infantry section of Tommies has been trained.
And for the OKW player, no Kubelwagen. And we got 3 doctrinal lock-ins. For the US player, we have Infantry Company. For the UKF player, we have Commando Regiment. And as the OKW player, we have Firestorm. The Firestorm Doctrine. Looks like Pioneers and Rear Echelon engaging out long range. Pioneers behind heavy cover, but Rear Echelon, of course, has a better weapons at long range. Looks like the Rear Echelon are ever so slightly losing, surprise enough. And they do get forced back thanks to Volksgrenadiers. MG42 pushing way forward. Got nice double Pioneer into 2 MG opener. He actually gone for 2 Pioneers first, then MG42. Which allowed him to faster capping pressure, but could potentially get him overrun because Pioneers suck. It does suppress down the Rifleman squad. This MG42 needs to start hitting that other squad. The Pioneer squad can advance forward and try to force back the Riflemen, but even then, this Pioneer squad has received quite a bit of abuse so far. And Pioneers get inside the garrison. Oh, very good play. He knows the Rifleman was trying to go to the garrison and stopped them from doing so. Pioneer squads are advancing forward. This one has been focused on down. MG42 can only get damage, just fighting against the target in heavy cover. This MG42 potentially could get some flanking shots onto the Rifleman squad, and another Pioneer squad is advancing forward. Pioneers absolutely suck, especially versus Rifleman squad, but thanks to all the overwhelming fire from 3 different squads, he managed to force back both those Rifleman squads. However, this MG42 does get flanked by the Rifleman squad. He needs this MG42 has repositioned, trying to hit this Rifleman. And does get 2 half bursts through, which was not enough to suppress the squad, and the Pioneer squad will likely get wiped out. MG42 is not in proper arc to save it. Trying to focus down does get the Pioneer squad. Bit of a minor loss, honestly. Though he does need the Pioneers for capping pressure. He does have Panzer Grenadiers in build queue. Center Doctrine lock-ins. Got Lightning War, always reasonable. Storm Doctrine, very nice to have. And Assault Support Doctrine, nice thing to have as well. No bad doctrines. Volksgrenadiers getting ripped apart by the infantry section. This squad will need to fall back over soon. He has actually retargeted the other squad. He needs to target down this low health squad to come both force back. And now we've got Flamer Pioneers advancing. Sturm Pioneers. Flamer Sturm Pioneers. That's something I don't really say all too often, honestly. Intersection does get forced back. The Volksgrenadiers going to capture the sectors, and Paul need to fall back as well. Luckily, he's fighting against Britain, so he doesn't have to worry about landmines or US player. And standing rear Royal Engineers for landmines. Gershwin gets a nice flanking opportunity down the MG42, but it's behind some light cover, and he has omnidirectional cover as well. Panzergrenadiers behind heavy cover do fight out very well. If I remember correctly as well, Panzergrenadiers behind heavy cover does win out versus, ooh, bundle grenade throw. It was good. Rifleman squad gets fully wiped.
We lost an infantry unit. They got wiped out.
Lieutenant has made his way forward to the Thompson models in the back. As they're trying to say beforehand, Panzergrenadiers behind heavy cover versus Riflemen with 2 bars behind heavy cover. Panzergrenadiers actually win out versus them. So having Panzergrenadiers behind heavy cover versus 2 Riflemen not behind cover should be very successful. Okay, that's not a casualty. Well, it is a casualty, a dead casualty, but not a wounded casualty. So he will get the teller mine off. It's been open ground, but could potentially snare himself an M20 or Stewart. He does see the lieutenant. I'm playing too much, casting too much Brits Computeros 1. Getting all my words mixed up. The lieutenant does indicate he could potentially go for a utility car or for a Stewart. A Stewart rush with no ambulance is what's being selected. Panzergrenadiers have received quite a bit of fire. Pioneers rebuilding more mines. No healing bunkers out here, so this Volksgrenadiers Panzergrenadiers going to sustain a lot of damage next occasion. And we do have a minesweeper out. Very, very nice. You know, it's always a good idea to get a minesweeper with their rear echelon squad. And just net himself a teller mine. Laser 2. There's just another landmine there. He didn't detonate the landmine with his own autocannon. It's a bit hard to detonate landmines with your own autocannon. I think it is possible. Poorly, but it is possible. MG42 advancing forward. And he does get some good damage there. He may take it out. AEC armor card here. Does take out, wipe out the Minesweeper. So this landmine here could potentially snare himself a vehicle. And if either vehicles run it over, they are dead. We got MP40 Volks now advancing forward. Able to get some good damage there onto the retreating Volks Grenadiers. Not Volks Grenadiers, intersections. And I think he actually has 5-man squad upgrade, doesn't he?
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
He does have 5-man squad upgrade. Even that very early on does net him a lot of power. Oh, this may be that squad as well. He's gone for full MP40 spam. I'm not really a big fan of the MP40 upgrade for the OPW player. As the OPW is a faction designed for doctrinal ability, is because they already have Shroom Pioneers. It's an overlapping role. So it does not have a bit more. It's not more or less the same durability, honestly, with the target size of the Shroom Pioneer. But does find it bring out Puma. Charge support. He does have a Opal Blitz truck, which can be used as an ambulance. And there's no AT grenade here. And there goes the AEC. Stuart, however, is pushing way forward. And this could be a bit of a iffy fight. He does throw out a smoke grenade as well as stun rounds. Not stun rounds, blinding rounds. Which stops him from firing. One shot there. Kuma could take out. I think one more shot from onto the Kuma and it's down. And those out of control right there. Does get one more shot on the tree path. It did get one miss, but it still would not be enough to take out that Stuart. Rifleman squad does get suppressed here. And now we do have Mortar Half-Track. Mortar Half-Track is an excellent weapon, especially versus the MG42s. So you know he's fighting against 2 MG42s. So the Mortar Half-Track is a good weapon for that.
Interrogation training and detection avoidance available to all combat infantry.
And now we do have one final doctrine selected, Lightning War, which he could upgrade. That he is upgrading the G43s on both his Panzer Grenadiers. Very, very nice. People say it's more of a side grade, and I don't disagree. The G43 upgrade is best used on probably the Storm Troopers, since they get the Panzer Grenadiers variants. We've got the Opal Blitz truck here. He activated the ambulance mode. He's charging forward. And that squad of Volks Grenadiers fall back. This one's a little bit out of range. We do got a large number of intersections here. 4 intersections. So it does outnumber the Volks Grenadiers. Got a big head with her on the build queue. He did take out the AEC, but he doesn't worry about his opponent's teammates, the Stewards. Good landmine there, snaring him a lot of models there. Gives a decent frag there. A lot of damage to the Royal Engineer. That's going to be a great frag. Oh, a lot of damage, but not a lot of model kills. Doesn't have any medics back at home, which is important. He does have one medic model there, which is going to need a lot of work done. Rifleman squad does fall back. He does fall the G43s, which can alert him to 2 potential doctrines, because we know he's gone for... Wait, no. It was only 1 doctrine. I was thinking he went for Jaeger infantry doctrine, but he actually went for Storm doctrine. So that only points 1 doctrine, Lightning War, which can bring up the Tiga Panzer, as well as Stuka close air support. It's a very, very good doctrine. The weakest... Both tactical moves. Granted, relief infantry has been severely nerfed. Places 1 squad. Speeds up reinforcement times. Oh yeah, it's been changed slightly. New squads requisitioned out to losing 4 members. He's able to net himself a free. No, Pack 40 gets some shots there. Only gets 1 hit there. Oh yeah, I forgot to change relief infantry. No longer 2 Austrooper squads. Now it's just 1 Austrooper squad. And reduces speeds up reinforcements times and production times. It's not that great of a rework. It bases a nerf that basically makes it almost completely useless because speed of production times for 90 munitions is not worth it. The cost needs to be basically dropped down to 50 munitions in order that to be useful. Tactical movement is still actually pretty useful. It's just that it's only available in this doctrine only anymore, but it does give you global sprinting for 20 seconds. It's not bad. Seeing one sprint costs what, 10 munitions, 15 munitions? Gets a full wipe there on the Royal Engineers there. Very nice. And we do got a squad of commandos deployed out as well. But I was saying before, 40 munitions for all your squads for 20-second sprint, it's not bad. Compared to the sprint ability for URA, it's 10 seconds for 10 munitions. So 20 seconds for all your squads for 40 munitions, that is useful, but also situational. I think people just use the store up munitions for super player service support. But honestly, relief infantry needs to be nerfed down the munition or buffed by reducing munitions costs. Probably down. I'm saying all the way down to 50, and then it'll be useful. The intersection does fall back. He's trying to hit. Oh, I think he's tapped moving. He may have actually tapped A clicked on the glider. The glider's click box is actually quite large. Let's get a nice bit of salvage there. And that was on to, was that his Puma or the AEC? I think the Puma died over here, right? I may be mistaken. There's also a smoke grenade there, which is available on the MP40 Volks, which is very nice. And now we do have the 50 cal game force on back. And there you go, takes out both of the, take out the 50 cal there. He may be able to grab himself a free 50 cal, throws a smoke on it to guarantee the secure, but does have to worry about the Gamma Bomb. The Gamma Bomb is almost successful. Likely to be successful. Yep. Rifleman does manage to reclaim the 50 cal. Got MG34 suppressing down one of the infantry sections. We do have the commandos trying to camouflage forward, but they're still uncamouflaged. And now we've got the G43s advancing, trying to get some good shots there. Commandos decide to just attack. And now the MG34 is getting quite wounded. Oh! And so it does survive the two AT guns there. MG34 does get the crew. We've got the G43 squads here, as well as the MP40 Volks. Does reclaim the MG34, soft turning back to his open wheels command truck, which of course, like I mentioned before, can be used as the ambulance. Has the ambulance lockdown, distribute medical supplies ability. So even if he does, like it says, it's too unsafe to have that deployed on the front line, you can always control it back to base and use it as healing. No need for the battle group HQ. Mortars are raining on in. And good hit there.
Ostwind ready for deployment.
Oh, Flak Panzer Ostwind. I was not paying attention to what vehicles are going to deploy out, and Flak Panzer Ostwind was not on my radar. MG42 getting some good suppression there, but will get flanked by the captain. Captain and lieutenant. And he actually got the mechanized command post. He got the captain primarily for the AT gun, didn't he? He also got paramortar half-tracks. He spent a lot of fuel on his light vehicles. Ostwind pushing forward to gain some great damage here on the captain. Now the rifleman squad is going to hit severely. Right, if you take rifle grenade, looks like it was being fired. Does connect, but the lieutenant, not the lieutenant, Stewart did not get a penetrating shot there.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Lieutenant will be pursued. Ostwind can engage the Stewart. We do got the stun round ability on cooldown, so don't have to worry about that. But it's almost off cooldown. As part of its fire, Ostwind gains some great damage there, but does receive an M1AT gun shot there, so the Ostwind will need to fall back. Receive a couple pens there, severely wounded, can still withstand one AT gun shot, so it's not critically low health. 50 cal captured up by the Brits, and the intersections are making with it for Commando's camouflage for throws out a bundle grenade or gamma bomb, and let's take out that squad. Infantry 42 is advancing forward. We've got the Flame Headster on the field. Maybe a little bit overkill with anti-infantry vehicles for the Axis team, but I did see a Sturg on the field from Magenta, which is good. He needs some AT, but they steal the mortars. The US player's armor production is a little bit slow. He does have enough for the Major, but not enough for any other armor assets. Grenade does connect. Gamma bundle grenade. We got a AT gun shot there onto the Hetzer. MG42 does suppress back the rifleman. Rifleman squad's in full retreat. And now got the Stuart now trying to flank for just trying to engage the MG42. AT gun is repositioning, packed and deployed on up. Does roll a miss, however. The Pack 40 seems like it's, every time you look at it, rolls a miss on that Stuart. Flame Hetzer there. We got the MP40 Volks falling on back from the intersection and the Commando. And now we got a Cromwell on the field. The Cromwell is a good item at this point in time. The fighting against a Hetzer and a... Oh, good bounce there. Keeps up Stuart. They're fighting against a Hetzer and an Ostwind, so the Cromwell is more than plenty. No need to go for a full combat versus this armor. Though there's a Stug on the field. At this point in time, mobility is probably a bit more useful against the Stug rather than armor as well, so no need for a combat. Another good hit there on the Hetzer. Flame Hetzer's now falling back. Opal Blitz could just get hit down. And there goes Hetzer. Pack 40 here to cover. The other pack, no, that's Stug. But Kenworth does roll a hit there. Stug rolls a hit there. Cromwell's down one shot, throws out smoke round, unsuccessful in stopping the Stug. And there goes the Cromwell. Does get AT grenade, heat grenade from the Royal Engineers, but the Stug is safe. And that's 50 cal on the map, not an AT gun. So overall, good pick from both sides, taking out the Hetzer as well as taking the Cromwell. Hetzer is what? Is it 90 fuel or 100 fuel? It is 90 fuel, while the Cromwell is 100 fuel or 110 fuel? 100 fuel. Oh, no, that's Centaur. 110 fuel. So it's relatively equal trade, though it's a little bit a loss on the Brit side.
Our capture point.
But of course, it does give their infantry more breathing room, and AT guns can more than handle other armored assets in lieu of the Cromwell.
We're losing a capture point.
Mortar half tracks pushing me forward on the barrage something in this region. Maybe these Kenworfer? That's one thing constantly being spotted right now. Rolls a pair of misses, however. Smoke grenade, very nice. Stalls out the engagement. He's spending his munitions on those various grenades, which makes it so he doesn't fall in any rocket barrages, but honestly, most of the time rocket barrages are not really that useful. The heavy artillery stuff, it's mostly just force your opponent out of a region. They hardly ever get kills themselves. Unless you're hitting a structure, of course. But most of the time, light artillery barrage for RCT is like one of the best artillery barrages in the game because it's cheap, spammable, and does the same job of forcing your enemy to stay out of that region. Because in higher level play, you simply don't get hits with your off-map artillery. Lots of Panzer Grenadiers advancing forward. Got, of course, the 50 cal set on up. Does get one of these guys suppressed. Fresh Black Ostwind. No, the false one's always still alive, his head's stomach down. But does receive an AT gun shot there from the 6-pounders. Both of them got a hit there. Panzer Grenadiers do fall back. They do manage to escape on out, but now the Commando's getting overran by the MP40 Volks. The MP40 Volks may get the kill there. No, does get suppressed by the 50 cal. Stop moving there. Fires some rounds with long range bows. Unsuccessful. Captain's advancing forward. Volk's Grenadiers will need to fall back, suppress, and the captain will, of course, annihilate them. Goes out frag grenade. Stick grenade was successful, but he was behind some paper cover, reducing the damage. Sturm Pioneers with Minesweeper and Flamer does fall back. An AT gun does connect with the 6-pounder. Not 6-pounder, new Flame Hetzer. Another Flame Hetzer is a little bit interesting option. I suppose they're not fighting against any armored asset at the moment, like the Cromwell or Sherman. So I suppose it can do some work, but maybe a better idea to go for the Panzer IV. But it's there on the MG42. Got suppression there onto the Major. Not Major, forced back by the Major. MG4 does pack on up, reposition. Once you get spotted with any of your weapon teams, when your opponent has 2 mortar half-tracks, reposition. It's better than to be out of cover and reposition rather than in cover in the same position, because the mortars just pick them apart. But it's there, forces back the Panzer Grenadiers. Now the M1AT guns are pushed way forward. This okay, there's 2 6-pounders, 2 M1AT guns. Technically the same gun in real life, but different performance. Like, the US gun fires faster, but lower accuracy. It can annihilate the austere units quite quickly if they get hits. These guys are camouflage or have hold fire safe, but getting reviewed by the casualty right there. Up north, we got the Flame Hetzer and the MP40 Volks trying to secure some ground. There is a trench here.
A capture point is being overrun.
Now we do got the Black Panzer and AT guns, the force fire. They're trying to destroy this tree, I'm guessing. Major does get a pin force on back. And now the Panzer Grenadiers are advancing forward. They may throw a bomb grenade, but there's way too much fire there for them to stick around all too much longer. But the Black Panzer also should do good work. Oh, wait a second. We got a bit of a transformative bulletin for the Axis of Austria player. Massacre gives the Black Panzer Holzwin hull-mounted machine gun suppression. I'm honestly not so sure how effective it is. I think it does take quite a bit of time. And now we've got the super close air support ability being called in onto the Shermans, hitting the mortar half-tracks as well. They are vehicles for them to get nailed by. But the Black Panzer Holzwin can suppress units. I generally don't know how effective it is, however. Stick grenade thrown. Does not really get the commandos.
We have 200 points now.
But it's there onto the commandos with the Flamer and the Lig. The Lig could potentially wipe this guy out. They're really stacked up. 6-pounders advancing with the commando support, and they do get forced back by the MG34. Super close air support. The duration expired up, but they're still sort of lording around. They can still do strafes for the time being. I would say that sometimes they sort of linger around a bit longer. In those situations, maybe better to have that reticle on the map to stay around a bit longer. Now we do got a tactical advance being utilized. Now all of his infantry units now going to sprint on forward for 20 seconds, but this is a firing line. They need to throw some bundle grenades right here. This is now the time for bundle grenades, but they do receive a frag grenade. They do miss, and they do a full retreat right there. I like seeing those less used abilities. Mortar half-tracks falling on back. Is that 3 levels of veterancy as well? You could pop up that crew in... I suppose it probably does. It may have 3 veterancy levels of veterancy with mortar half-track, but maybe not 3 levels of veterancy, say, for a Sherman tank, which is actually dead. Did Sherman tank actually go down? Oh, how did I miss that? Was it super close air support? Sorry I missed that. I'm trying to see the carcass. It was somewhere over here, right? It must have had a hull mount revealing it for the loiter. He's going for a Scott as well. That maybe not really a good idea. He has mortar half tracks, so it's a little bit overkill in indirect fire. Over here, we got the intersection being suppressed. Various U.S. infantry being suppressed as well. And it looks like, I think that was suppression there from the rifleman from the Black Panzer. With the extra little bit of suppression from the near AoE suppression of the MG42. Getting in some little bit extra, just getting some nice little suppression. Good support way to support the MG42. Have more anti-infantry support the anti-infantry. Pack gun finds hit down. The mortar half track does take it out. Stug is advancing forward, and now the U.S. players in a full retreat. It does have an AT gun in this region, but could be overran by the Panzer Grenadiers. But right now they have tactical advance. Tactical advance being used twice in one game? That's unheard of. It's able to overrun AT guns with it. AT gun does get to be crewed thanks to the tactical advance. Does recrew it, and will immediately be refocused down because it's recruited in combat.
We lost an infantry unit.
These guys do fall back. He does have a Scott out on the field, provides more indirect fire. So now he does have 2 indirect fire pieces. Now we've got a full Churchill on the field. I do like seeing the Churchill. Churchills in large numbers can be very, very hard to deal with. They're very responsive, they're very durable. Not some of the fastest things, of course, but they are durable enough that getting in large numbers can be so hard to deal with. AT guns simply don't have the DPS output to kill them. Of course, it's probably a little bit late for a Churchill spam. It's not a half bad idea to go for a Firefly to go along with them, because the Churchill's great at meat sponge, as well as providing some great infantry support. Captain does get suppressed there, and the MG42 will get overrun from the front.
We have lost an MGT.
Another's... Oh, no, that's not tactical advance. That is the combined arms ability being utilized right there. Mortars are raining on it. That is probably from the Major. Yeah, Major artillery was actually called on top of that MG42. Trying to capture it up. We got an assault being utilized by the Commando Doctrine. I forgot he is actually Commandos as well. And now the MP-40 Volks advancing forward, trying to overrun the Rifleman. And suppression comes forward from the hull-mounted machine gun, the Black Panzer. That may... You're probably wondering where that came from. Unless you didn't remember that doctrine, or Bolton. Churchill is severely wounded. And there it goes. But looks like the Stug may go down as well, which is a good trade. There goes the Stug. That 2 Stug goes down. MG34 does suppress the intersection.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
There's suppression there from the 50 cal, very nice. And more and more mortars raining on in. I don't know why that's a bit of a tongue twister. Many things are tongue twisters, you don't realize it. Pioneer Squad does get forced on back. MG42 in the region, suppressing these forces. Let's see, we have more major artillery, and now we've got the Tiger Panzer. Looks like a high explosive rounds coming in from the Scott as the Tiger tank is pushed its way forward.
Forces are securing our territory.
Good hits there on the Tiger tank. The Tiger tank is severely wounded. And Panzer Grenadier is now pushing way forward to support the Tiger tank. He does have 2 Pioneers, there's a good amount of repairs. There's the fact that he's lost all of his other armored assets. MP-40 Volks are going to have a bit of trouble to hold this area. Got a lot of Brens advancing. Throws out a grenade there, stick bomb onto the intersection. And the MP-40 Volks need to pull back. We got incendiary barrage raining on in top of the 50 cal. And it's 2 legs, both firing the barrage. MG42, Panzer Grenadiers, and MG34 sitting on up. So it looks like the Royal Engineers will get a flank shot, but we've got the Flame Hetzer right here. Let's get suppression there on the Commandos. And grenade was thrown on top of the MG34. Gammon bomb. Both the MGs are falling back. Tiger Tank does find a good hit there. Tiger Tank is fully repaired. Now the Commando Squad is falling on back. It's going to take time to salvage up the 6-pounder. And Panzer Grenadiers are pushing his way forward. They won't find a whole lot. They could potentially take out some AT guns. But the more half-track is quite resistant to small arms fire.
One of our capture points. Grab your shit. A capture point is under attack.
These forces start making their way forward. Looks like both the lieutenant and the captain have the Vet 3 sprint. But they're getting quite spread apart thanks to AT guns and to the Scott. Panzer Grenadiers do take out that first model in the front. Panzer Grenadiers going to be pushed forward with the support of the Tiger Tank, so they get combined arms tactic. This Panzer Grenadiers engaging. The captain does force back the captain there. Mortar disconnects the Panzer Grenadiers, force them back. Tiger Tank finds a shot there, gets some damage. We've got the AP-44 overrunning the Brens. Forcing them back, got suppression there thanks to a Physical. Now do have the Panzer War front, the build cube from Magenta, very nice.
A Firefly is ready to give someone a bloody nose.
Firefly has been pulled down the field. And do got a smoke grenade being thrown on out. Very nice. Tiger Tank does roll a miss there onto the MG42. Captured MG42. Do have Jackson here on the field, so could perhaps ward away the Tiger Tank. And Scott is rolling some misses there on the Pioneers. AT gun does find a hit there on the Scott, and so does the Tiger Tank. Tiger Tank now has Veteran C1. Does use a get out of jail smoke and does force fire the ground there, killing off the Scott. AT guns trying to force fire the ground themselves, but being unsuccessful. Now got still close air support now raining on in. Finds a miss there in the Jackson. And Jackson does fall back. There's there from the bazookas of the rear echelon. Now we've got MG42 suppressing out his forces and got a relatively close range barrage, annihilates the lieutenant. And now we've got a Firefly advancing forward, but the Tiger Tank is falling back for some repairs. Engineers do fall back.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
And now we do have, looks like another glider with commandos loading on board. I think it got tasked to drop down right here. I could be mistaken though. Glider does drop on forward, and here comes the commandos. Does fall back. The Panzer Grenadiers do manage to stay out of that barrage. Got more artillery raining on in. Firefly does receive a Pack 40 shot right there. And then now got some incendiary mortars raining on in. Oh, that's a King Tiger. I did not hear the voice line nor the engine until just now. King Tiger has been pulled out. Flame Hetzer could advance forward. Flame Hetzer does fall back. Firefly does get a hit there. Still a little bit wounded. Has to fall back away from that Firefly. He could potentially get snared. King Tiger does roll a miss on the captain. And does receive a pen there from the Firefly. Pass toss. does get the snare. And a good hit there. One hit there. King Tiger just needs to get one more hit, and that Firefly is dead. Another pen there, and there goes the Firefly. 6-pounder, however, lighting up the King Tiger. He needs to throw perhaps a smoke grenade from the Volksgrenadiers onto the King Tiger. Finds another hit there. Panzerfaust does connect, but that's a bazooka. Has one for Barrage, perhaps running on top of this guy, and not sure where. Up down south, trying to hit the captured MG42, does force him back. Jackson charging on forward, maybe trying to hunt down the King Tiger. King Tiger is one shot away from death. We've got Pack 40 connecting as well. And let's have it activate. Tiger Tank's in pursuit. It's going to be a dead Jackson. Yep. With the combat of the Blitzkrieg being activated there, can increase the accuracy. Allows them to hunt down the Jackson. And now the allies are severely wounded. Major does fall back. And now we've got the Panzergrenadiers engaging, getting some damage there. And the Panzergrenadier squad does fall back. Oh, he tried to go for a landmine there, but it's getting required by the commandos, so we need to stop it. He does retreat back. Does cancel landmine as well. Commandos see some lag shots there. And now Magenta's gone for a Brumbar, going for a lot of infantry there. The Brumbar, I do love the Brumbar, and they took out a number of the tanks, the Jackson and the Firefly. So the Brumbar has a lot of room to breathe. And heavy breathing of the Brumbar, the allies will feel that. The heavy breathing down their neck. Or not down their neck, assume the neck is the front of their neck. Scott sees some deadly hits there. Pack 40 finds a hit as well. Tiger Tank does not. Oh, I think that was the Pack gun that got the kill there. 2 kills there. I believe that was the Pack 40. One vehicle destroyed by the Tiger Tank was that Jackson. Flame Head starts advance forward, got some nice flame mortar there on the AT gun, burning it alive. It does get burned alive.
One of our anti-tank guns is gone.
Does take out that carcass there.
Send order.
And those are actually taking down the 6-pounder. Very nice. That maybe not trying to hit the 6-pounder, but maybe just trying to hit the 6-pounder. Rolling some misses there. He shouldn't be missing against the 6-pounder. It's now dead in either way. Panzergrenadiers pushing way forward, getting some damage there on the captain. Now got some flame mortars raining on in, not flame mortars, flame shots from lag. And here comes Hetzer, just trying to advance forward, maybe get some shots down south. Yes, it does.
We've dropped to 100 points.
He is trying to advance forward on the Flame Hetzer. Does find a miss there.
Grenadiers are on the line.
MG34 trying to suppress some of these forces. Flame Hetzer is advancing forward.
Prepare to execute.
And King Tiger has been repaired. Will be camped in the middle of the VP. Flame Hetzer can just ward away any sort of infantry advance. That is forced by the commandos there. The commandos do throw that smoke grenade, so the Piats could potentially advance forward.
Left with only
That's
75 points.
I see a little bit more smoke there than normal. Oh, it's a smoke grid operation. I generally have no idea exactly what that does. just smokes down everything. MP40 Volks upgrade. Also gotten fresh squad of MP40 Volks. Maybe we'll get some good damage there. Does force back that squad. Yep, just got a whole bunch of smoke mortars just raining on in. And looks like the allies actually has surrendered. Design Grade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Long loading screen. Let's see, which one was that? This one right here. Yep, let's go ahead and do this 2v2. Eat my bread. What sort of name is that? Greetings everyone, and Grade here from another Company Heroes 2 replay. Spawn on the south side as the yellow OKW player, we have Eat My Bread. Spawning as the blue Wehrmacht player, we have a foreign name. On the north side as the red UKF forces, we have Ritis. Spawning as this magenta Soviet player, we have Narpasan. Probably butchering that. We do got a special rifle command, no extra combat engineers, so no conscripts, so it's just going for straight penals. Over here, we've got just infantry sections, no vicars. Actually, we do have a Dr. Lock-in. We do have the Royal Engineer Regiment, so bring in some scavenging engineers. We also got for the OKW player, we got Fear Storm. Kupferwagen opener for the OKW player, and for his Wehrmacht teammate, we got just simply MG42 and the Grenadiers, standard opener. Sturm Pioneers are advancing forward. Kupferwagen gains some good close range hits there. He tried to retarget towards the Sturm Pioneers, but the Kupferwagen man is wounded enough, so it didn't really pose a threat to the Sturm Pioneers. Kupferwagen capture the munitions point. And we've got another squad of scavenging engineers. This may be a little bit too much. This map is very wide open, good for long range fights, but not necessarily great for close quarter combat units such as the scavenging engineers. Grenadiers advancing forward. You also have these combat engineers over here. Grenadiers should be able to win out no problem with Grenadiers. Intersection and Sturm Pioneers are fighting it out. Got the scavenging engineers coming nice and close, but they're getting focused on severely, and since they're open ground, they're getting ripped apart. Volksgrenadiers are still quite healthy. Sturm Pioneers backing off to maximum range to try to repair up that Kupferwagen while in combat. Very nice, and now the Volksgrenadiers are going to try to get in point blank, gain some extra damage there onto the intersection. We'll spot the extra scavenging engineers. You may want to retarget to them as soon as possible. Decides to do a soft retreat away, trying to avoid the scavenging engineers. We've got more Volksgrenadiers advancing forward. Very good micro there with the Volksgrenadiers. Just maintain their range. As the Interceptor was so wounded, he was unable to really punish the Volksgrenadier just soft retreating out in the open field. Scavenging engineers will need to fall back. And they do fall back. Way too much rifle fire there. This infantry is just trying to engage from long range behind some cover, but so far, nobody's walked into its path. Penal squad here will maybe engage by the MG42. Grenadiers are advancing slow. And he does spot the MG42 right there. MG42 does not find any bursts there. He does also use this squad to decapture the fuel point. We got the M3 white scout car advancing forward.
Sniper has arrived.
Now, we got a fresh Soviet sniper deployed on the field, while the Wehrmacht player is going for a 3rd Grenadier. Pioneers do find the truck at close range.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
And those penal squads do fall back. Pioneer squad does manage to retreat back in time as the penal squad is going to receive a bit of fire. We do got a Flamer M3 clown car advancing forward, trying to engage some of these forces. Of course, against Grenadiers, not the greatest item to use a clown car for, since they do have access to Panzerfaust. He does have Panzerfaust available. Got a squad of regular conscripts now being deployed out, which is a little bit unusual. It's going to receive a bit of damage there, but I think the combat engineer is actually seeing a bit more damage than the actual scout car. Combat engineers do fall back out of the vehicle, get behind the heavy cover. We'll be able to get some flamer bursts in, but as long as we maintain. Honestly, I would have just stood there and fight. Probably would have been safer to sit there and fight. Now we got the sniper. Finds a hit there on this grenadier. And that squad does fall back. Another good hit there. Sniper does find another kill there. She's up to 3 kills. The penal squad is behind light cover while the Grenadiers behind heavy cover, but snipers don't care about cover. MG42 is sitting on up. Does get some person there on the penal squad. Sniper does find a hit there on the MG42, but not exactly the greatest thing to take out. Up here, we've got the intersection may get wiped out. Currently, the Volkswagen is suppressed. We also have a ability being utilized. Note that is the hopeless cargo truck there with the munitions aura, which reduces cooldowns on munitions abilities, which is really not that great. Grenadier squad does fall back. And 222 is going to be skirting around to get some damage on in. 2 is advancing forward, trying to hunt down that either M3 or the sniper. I think he's sacrificing M3 to save the sniper. And, actually try to stop him. Does get the kill there. I don't know if he has 18 grenades. Wait, that's PTRS. He's gone for encounter tactics. That is a very rare doctrine to see. It will, of course, get him access to the PTRS upgrade. I'm not sure if that will give him access to the anti-tank rifle, anti-grenade assault. Unless he maybe still needs the grenade research for that. I'm not for sure. Put it there, something 222. And Grenadiers do get inside the garrison now.
Who ordered the flamethrower?
Over here we do have, looks like the Storm Pioneers and the Grenadiers are engaging out. It does force back the scavenging engineers as well. They could go up north and scavenge the carcass over here. Now we also got a MG bunker being pulled out. Scavenging engineers, officer, and intersection advancing forward. Of course, got the Grenadier right there. He does spot the PTRS conscript squad. And now we do also have a bunker right here. It does wipe out that conscript, PTRS conscript. So now this 52 will have a bit of free reign. He's pursuing that sniper, going the far ends. Does get a light AT mine there. Very nicely deploy that there. But the sniper's not quick enough to run away. She will be chased down and she will be gunned down. 52 does go down. Grenadiers gain some good damage there onto the Royal Engineer squad. And the Pantrek squad does fall back as well. We do got the officer, almost a veteran C1. When it gets veteran C1, it gets the recon sweep ability. And Vickers now has been deployed out as well. He has gotten his platoon command post. Room for some medics, very nice. Excuse me. And looks like the Vickers will be forced on back. We're seeing a bit too much fire right there. It actually gets fully wiped.
An HMG crew has been lost to enemy action.
He could potentially try to save it. No, he does not have enough munitions there with a Gammon Bomb. And it's simply too low in health in order to try to catch it up himself. Opal's truck trying to push his way forward. I think he also improves the reload rate of the units, which is a very, very weak aura effect, but still something. Gains a good damage there onto these forces, forcing them back. Now the Volksgrenadier are going to try to take time to capture the MG. They are successful. He can just soft retreat back here as well. He could use the healing radius. A lot of these guys are a bit wounded. We do have a Sure Panzer Quarter now being deployed now. Not too far forward. He also has a battle group HQ of his own, so losing that truck won't be the end of the world in healing. Hurrahing forward. Take rifle or just AT fire. Doesn't get the wipe there, but the Grenadiers are ripping apart that conscript squad. He could potentially finish off this bunker. It has not been upgraded. Does get destroyed. As Grenadiers are being pursued a little bit. And the Volksgrenadier squad sort of backs away from the Penal squad. You have the Vickers, captured Vickers set up on this region, as well as the Volksgrenadiers and the Vikenwerfer. Vickers getting some suppression there on the Penal squad. We got these Grenadiers advancing forward, trying to get some damage in at long range. Pantrek does fire a shot, rolls, of course, a miss against infantry. Volksgrenadier is now going to be reinforced by that nearby Opal Blitz. The officer trying to advance forward does have enough munitions for a Gammon Bomb. Now is maybe a good time for a Gammon Bomb. Does blow on this squad, does dodge it, does receive suppression there from the high ground MG42.
Gun is ready for orders.
And overall, if you look at the mini-map, look at the field control of the Axis players. It is significant. Right now, the Allies have no additional income. This sector's cut off, this sector's cut off. This, though he is trying to re-secure it as well, that will net him resources from all these sectors.
Our industry grows to support us.
Engineers receive a bit of fire, do fall back. MG4, gets some damage there onto the MG4, does force him back to the 2. Try to get some Varus fired, does receive a Panzerfaust hit there. Second Panzerfaust does connect. The 2 could. It's iffy if the 2-2 can finish off the T-70, but he's going for it. Got this squad over here. The PTRS Penals or PTRS Conscripts are in the region as well, getting a volley there. Does use Panzer Tactician. Charger forward gets some damage there in T-70 for C-bait. Oh, that was the anti-tank grenade barrage. And does finish off the 2, saving his T-70. He was pretty close. I don't think he was going to get it either way. But better safe than sorry. Here's 34 does find suppression there. Volksgrenadiers can be engaging from the low ground. And they do fall on back.
Orders complete. Waiting for your command. Ready for action. Enemy fire.
Volkswagen will be backing on off. We got the intersections getting behind some heavy cover. Now T-70 starts making his advance. We do have the garrison being garrisoned, but it's not a great garrison for penals. Another T-70 has... Oh no, that's the same T-70. He saved it. My mind's getting a little bit fuzzy right now. I don't know why I'm getting hit by a bit of exhaustion. Patrick Squad does get interrupted trying to lay down a shoe mine. He does cancel it. Vickers gun now being deployed, firing on these conscripts. And it looks like he's force on the ground trying to destroy that shoe mine there, but he did already cancel it. You can still destroy it while it's incomplete. It will get one-shotted the same way you if you hit a active AT mine, but it just won't explode. It still dies, but it just won't explode. We got the Opel Blitz cargo truck. May receive some shots there. He's going for the Volcano Whipper first. Does get a Panzer truck shot off to it. He can use the Opel Blitz Opel Blitz cargo truck for reinforcements. Get some hits there, the extra models. Volcano Whipper does find an end as well. Panzer truck is out of range.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
And Kuvagen's trying to capture this point. There is a landmine to put out the Brits there, so can one-shot the Kuvagen. Cromwell's advancing. Pretty wounded. They can receive some repairs. Panzer Grenadiers do receive a bit of fire there, and they do fall back. Again, we're first falling on back, trying not to get overran by the Cromwell. Cromwell's firing some smoke round there. Looks more trying to secure some sectors. He could use artillery flare if he had enough munitions. He's currently at 1 munition. They have no sectors in supply once again. They have no income. On the basic +6 income, which is a pitiful amount. Good hits there by the Beckenwerfer. One Beckenwerfer should be able to take off that Cromwell. If he goes for a far shot, he may for a wide scatter. Could potentially get hit there. And Vickers does press down the Shun Pioneers. MG34 in this region could be potentially be AoE suppressed. Does get AoE suppressed. And it looks like the first Transport has promoted now, getting some good hits there on the retreating Penal Squad. He said he was in reconnaissance mode. Oh, rifle grenade was fired, but does hit the sniper's nest, the watchtower. Got the Penal Squad engaging at range, getting some good damage there. When engaged from the side, he does get a lot of windows there. There's 3 windows from the side, not a great side for Penals. There's 6 windows over there, so that's a great side for them. Conscript PTRS does getting hit severely. We've got these 3 grenadiers in this building. Oh, here comes a high explosive barrage. Does not. I thought that could have been a much deadlier hit there. But overall, these guys are quite wounded. They will need to fall back real soon. We've got Panzer Grenadiers now charge on forward. Neither being upgraded Panzer Strikes at the moment. And these sectors are not captured, but these sectors are still in supply thanks to the left flank. Though it does need to take time to capture these points, which Pioneer is going to be doing that now. And now I do have a B4 howitzer being deployed now. This can drop rounds anywhere he so chooses. Panzer Grenadiers getting some good damage there, and the advancing intersection does draw a artillery flare there, which is basically a very long duration incendiary grenade with really high damage ticks with a larger scatter. Rounds are raining on in. Panzer IV does roll a miss there. Oh! If one of those rounds will scatter out wide since he has no vision in their area, this could take out the building. He has to be very careful. It only has to be a glancing blow on that structure. And something that ever so... Oh, I'm so surprised I didn't take out that structure, honestly. Those rounds are far too close to that building to stay in there. Plus, if the Carbo just shows up, fires one shot, that structure's done for. Or the Panzer IV runs over that corner I mentioned earlier. Prioritize fire is turned on. There's a lot of good targets in front of him. Too many targets, which means too many things can shoot back. There's also some smoke there. Very nice. Worth a shot. Oh, he got a shot off. So it literally is worth a shot. Does suppress the penal squad there with the captured Vickers. The Oversized squads could advance forward, try to get some good damage in. And also the officer will potentially get wiped out by the Panzer Grenadiers. Yep, wiped out, no problem. Both Grenadiers do decrew the Vickers.
Artillery batteries are armed and ready to fire.
Ooh, and there's some more rounds raining on in. Scavenger engineers are falling back. Next round. One more round should still land, right? That's unless that was the third shot. That may have been the third shot. To be fair, it seems like everybody's blobbing. On this map, blobbing is a little bit inevitable. It's a laney map, so blobbing is just going to happen. Shown Pioneer squads falling on back. The capture Vickers trying to capture up the point. And now we do have another Su-76 in the build queue. Unusual build queue. He may be not time to go for the final tier structure. Armel advancing forward, does find a round there onto the Opel Blitz command cargo truck. Does knock the wipe, however. D7 trying to capture the point. Pack 40 will say no. There's also a telemine right there as well, so if he tries to circle the branch flying through the sky, then he could eventually go down to that telemine. Scavenger engineers do fall back. Team squads advancing forward. We've got the flame engineers advancing as well. And now these squads are falling back. Good hit there onto the combat engineer. Now we do have the Su-26 about maybe trying to line up a shot. Does it miss right there? He does not have enough munitions for a satchel charge either. They've been maintaining poor munitions come most of the game. They do have some munitions, but not a significant amount. Don't forget this munitions point is being captured by the intersections, and now we've got a King Tiger being deployed out on the field, going straight for the King Tiger Panzer. Nah, that's not the same as Tiger Panzer. Phalanx Tiger. There we go. Artillery flare has been thrown right there. And we've got a massive mission store for the OKW player, as well as a small mission store for the Wehrmacht player. But he has gone for elite troops, so that is not really a doctrine you can spend out a whole lot of missions. Well as that and some G43 Stormtroopers. Those are one of the best infantry units you can play as Austere. Probably the best infantry unit you can play as Austere. Other than 5-man Flamer Piles. Grenadiers do capture that point. Got an AT gun trying to fire some shots in the Stug. And now Duke got artillery flares. No, it's the rocket barrage, the 28cm rocket barrage. Good hits there. Gamma bomb was thrown, not gamma bomb, bundle grenade. Luckily, he has plain munitions. He also upgraded both his Panzer Grenadiers with Panzer Tracks, so it should be very effective. The Getaway was trying to charge him forward, trying to get some damage there onto that Cromwell. Does get flanked a little bit. Panzer does connect, but you need two. He did not get a injured snare. The Getaway does receive a deadly hit there. This one could potentially set on up, try to get another shot off. Does have the ambulance here. Ambulance effect there. He does find a hit there as well. Stug finds a hit as well. So 2 shots, 1 more shot. Stug gets the kill. Stug, however, now receives an AT gun shots and an S276 shots. Too much is here. He needs to use Pan Technician. Look, too slow with that. I saw the building being cast, but didn't even have time to be cast.
Our Panzer forces have been reduced by 1.
I hear this firing over here, looks like. Right here would be a better spot. Now, Oversoft squads advance forward. We've got the bunker here. Has been up in the dish gun. Here comes this an on-map Stukas getting directed there. No, that was the rocket barrage that allows him to get the kill because you can't build artillery pieces while out in your base. So that allows them to kill it off regardless where it's at. Now I do have a Churchill ABRE being deployed on now. Or has been deployed on now. That should be pretty effective versus these static weapons.
The enemy down to 200 points.
Those saw an artillery flare there, and that should be relatively good. The scatter should hit that focal blitz. I think he was going for a Panzerfaust. It looked like he was trying to pull out Panzerfaust. That would be a horrible idea to do that against the ABRE. Right now it's a triple capture against the Allies. Now these forces are making their way forward, trying to get some shots on off. May see some bundle grenades. They're very stacked up. And here comes another rocket barrage onto right here, annihilating the MGs. Got good damage. Didn't really annihilate them. And as soon as it does go down, both those Royal Engineers do scavengers to fall back. I see explosion there. That was definitely a gamma bomb. Not gamma bomb, bundle grenade. And I think he got a wipe on one of those guys. There's one remaining, so yes, he did. Each section pushing way forward and does find the MG bunker right here. Good hits there, forcing back the Grenadiers. Overwatch truck now getting some repairs. But it's there onto the 6-pounders. And now we got the APRE, however, advancing. King Tiger trying to hit the APRE. Kennefer finds a shot there, fires a shot. Ooh, great shot there, killing off, wiping out one of those Ulfsots entirely. MC-34 getting overran, cannot be reinforced right there. Needs to be a little bit closer to the Cavalry truck, but does get wiped out by the penal squads. Let's force back the intersection there, trying to capture the MG-34 and knock up the SU-76 trying to fire barrage. Pantrax to advance forward. Goes out a bundle grenade onto this guy right there. Bundle grenade on this guy there. Does see that hit there as well. Does get suppressed by the Vickers gun. Tiger Ace has now been deployed on out. Trying to go for the SU-76. But it's there onto that E-70 that kind of hurt. I heard some sort of explosion. It's another rocket barrage. Jeez.
The gun is not crude. Must be more.
Wiped out a Vickers gun. Quite a little bit overkill, but does all the Kubelwagen to capture the point. Fresh Kubelwagen. And does fire a shot there, getting one of the models. Stug is advancing forward. Got a Stug and King, and of course the Tiger Ace. E-70 getting hits on the Kubelwagen. Kubelwagen does not capture the VP in time. And now the E-70 is going to take time to capture the point himself. But it's there. It does receive quite a bit of fire, but does escape the AT gun barrage. And looks like going to try to force fire on the ground right there. Rolls and miss, because that is quite dense foliage. 6-pounder lines up a shot. And rolls and miss there as well. Artillery fire now raining on in. There on the SU-76, got the APRE now advancing forward, trying to hit one of these kind of workers. Maybe he'll hit both. King-Tiger finds a hit, and does not go greedy, just goes for one quick kill. APREs do have more health, or more armor than a Churchill, but less health. I think it's like really. Let's see, the health of a Churchill is what, 1,400, while the health of a APRE and Crocodile is like 960, as well as the armor of those things I believe are 290, while the armor of a regular Churchill is like 220, 210. I may be wrong about that. Ooh, Garrison now receiving quite a bit of hits there from the Tiger tank, Tiger Ace.
The enemy is down to 75 points.
He does force back that squad entirely. Flame Hetzer, main gun destroyed, not like you fight much versus a T-70. It's getting some good hits there. Again, we're going to find a hit there, and we've got another rocket barrage. 48 munitions, they've been... Oh, that was a complete whiff though. That would have been really good up higher.
Panic, but we've only got 50 points
So
left.
they've been maintaining some great munitions incoming. He's able to pass that, what, 4 or 5 times at this game? 2 Flamer Pioneers, or 1 Flamer Pioneer, 1 Meister Pioneer advancing forward.
We've lost an anti-tank gun.
Grenadiers eyeing for a big flank. Does the crew on the AT guns. Need to hit that Vickers. Does not get off a rifle grenade. Ooh, Panzer Warfare charged forward and died. That's a bit of an oversight. He may have been trying to hit that B4. As also is connected on the Su-76. King Tiger may find a shot there. But definitely at the maximum range. Nope, he's trying to hit that AT gun. He could try rolling forward for AT grenades. He does not have enough munitions for AT grenades, let alone barely enough for Hoorah. Trying to pursue forward, trying to get solve enough time for the AT grenades, but that deadly shot there took out 5 of its out of 6 models.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Vickers and MG-34 engaging it out. Good mortar hit there from a Soviet, late Soviet PM-41 mortar. Rolls a miss there. Gets a decent hit there as well. Now got OKW Panzer IV to support up the King Tiger. And a light Maxim deployed out as well. Needs to turn off prioritized fire. Oh, prioritized fire is turned on, but it's currently, oh, he must manually target it. That's how that's working. Tiger Tank does not get a shot off right there. Pantrax advancing forward. He may be able to throw a bundle grenade. He has 500 munitions. Just throw out the grenades. He got plenty of them. Does decrew the Maxim. Could eventually craft it for south, but it's going to force fire and destroy it. Very good.
Weapon crew lost.
Penal squad charging forward, severely wounded. Almost gets down, but should be able to escape on out of there. Infantry does advance withdrawal as well, force firing the Vickers, trying to take it out. I got these Panzer squads currently suppressed and pinned thanks to the MG bunker. Rolls a miss there, and they are falling back now. 6 pound is charging on forward. This is not something great to do against a Tiger tank. Good hits there. Vickers trying to set on up. Does receive a miss there from the AT guns. Receive a bounce there as well. King Tiger. Okay, that's a shoe mine, not a British landmine. And this shoe mine does get swept there. Good hit there on the retreating squad. And we got now the AVRE advance forward. 24 kills, Veteran C2. And detonates a landmine, damage the engine of the King Tiger. Very, very nice. Hands forward, charging forward. Rolls a miss there. He does force back the captured MG team. AVRE trying to hit some shots there on the King Tiger. AVRE's guns almost off cooldown as well. It will be pretty close to getting the kill there. King Tiger fires a shot, could potentially get a fast palace. That could potentially help save the King Tiger. He's going for the King Tiger. Good shot there on the King Tiger. Has palaces connect. AT guns are out of range.
Enemy got one of our squads.
He could use the vehicle crew here, but no, he's pushing on forward. Does provide spotting, and there goes the kill there to an Su-76. AT gun received quite a bit of fire there, rolls a bounce there on the Tiger Ace.
Our territory.
It does get a decrewed. So we've got this tele mine here, which could be useful later on. And we got the T-70, nice use of the camouflage mode. May want to deploy out a tele mine in this region at this current rate. There's also a MG bunker. And Task Force goes down as well. Oof. It looks like his engine was damaged. One from S-76, followed to by a heat grenade which was used into the AVRE, nuking it.
Where do you want us?
Ready for orders.
Ooh. That's a lot of dead Volksgrenadier models, and these are 2 captured 6-pounders. I wonder what happened there.
Disembark!
The AVRE shot may have hit these 2 captured 6-pounders. That actually may have what happened. Now we've got Churchill out on the field to support out the Churchill. Very, very nice. That's going to be a lot of Churchills. And good rifle grenade there on the penal squad. This penal squad will get wiped out.
A squad of infantry has been killed. Death before retreat.
Now we do got a Panzer Worker barrage. Get some hits there on the captured MG42. Does decrease the AT gun.
Another infantry squad.
Tiger Ace is quite wounded. Needs to fall back. Got to show the cover tree as well as smoke.
The enemy is attacking.
Smoke appears to be coming from the Grenade Warfare. Very nice. Or PM41, I should say, not the Grenade Warfare.
Get fire on that infantry! Damn it!
Headquarters under
But why is that right there? He's not an AI at the moment. That had to have been some sort of misrally.
anti-tank
I think he's just throwing all his forces. I think he's tried to surrender, but his teammate refused to surrender. There goes a Stug. Tiger Ace severely wounded and stunned. I think the... Yep. What a horrible way to end the game. Just start killing yourself.
under attack.
If you don't want to play the game, just back out of it. Just, if your teammate wants to stay in, just back out, and let's see if you can't let the AI, let him fight with an AI if you don't want to play anymore. Don't just kill yourself, don't just throw everything away. Churchill's advancing forward. Tiger Ace can do some good work there. Great hit right there. And there's also a zero effect there. I wonder if he actually killed off there may have been an extra Pioneer squad that may have been wiped out. Got another rocket barrage raiding on in. Why is OKW player trying to kill himself? He has a lot of resources. He threw away everything when they were still in the game. The allies are down to 27 tickets. There's no reason to kill yourself like that. Battlecrew HQ goes down. Now he's going to kill his teammates' HQs.
The enemy is firing on our HQ.
Like, this was not a guaranteed loss for them. His teammate is doing great work with his Tiger Ace.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Does get a nice retreat there thanks to his retreating smoke from the nearby PM41 mortar. Very nice. Common engineers see a bit of fire. AT gunshots hitting the Tiger Ace.
Stug 3 ready to deploy.
Rush Stug 3 and Podium King Tiger. Why
Now stand
do
in
this?
300 points.
Like, that's just back out of the game. But it's there. Transgrenadiers will need to fall back. Gets nuked. I think he's just sort of backed off the game because see what his teammate's doing. Yeah, he's doing nothing right now because might as well because his teammate's team killing him. Now I'm just gonna fast forward the rest of this. And he's backed out of the game because it's a... And Sinker? Are you serious? Either way, this is Andrew Gracie. Thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. What a horrible way to end the replay. It seriously did not need to do that. Well, while there's a loading screen going on, I'm going to use the restroom. go. Let's see now. Let's go ahead and do this one. Greetings everyone, and great here of another Company Heroes 2 replay. Spawn on top right side as the blue USF, we have 101st Airborne, who does have... not Airborne. Recon support is close, but not the same. On the bottom left side as the red Wehrmacht, we have Jay Zuna. We've got a Grenadier, he's actually skipping the MG42, going straight for the Grenadier. We've got Dr. Locken of Rifle Company. Oh, I'm receiving a bit of lag spikes. Why is it that in 2v2 maps I don't have a whole lot of lag spikes, but on this map I do?
Area's ours. All right.
Rifle squad.
Fuel point being captured on the up. We've got 2 riflemen being deployed. Looks like Blue's going to be eyeing down south, while his teammate is also sort of eyeing south. Is my camera rotated? No, it's not. Just the map is also slightly tilted. Grenadiers start pushing the way forward, trying to capture up some more sectors on the right side. Riflemen capture the bottom right point. There's also some good heavy cover there for the riflemen. Up north, got these pioneers capturing on up, going for a triple Grenadier opener, no MG42.
Fresh Grenadier squad.
Capture, we are ready for action.
And these points have been captured on up. Rifleman squad could push forward, they have captured that point, but there's now 2 Grenadiers in this region, so the Rifleman squad can get easily overwhelmed. Charging forward as well, he will claim the heavy cover, but with 2 Grenadiers in this region, the Rifleman squad will get ripped apart. Rifleman squad actually being prone to be wiped out this moment. Rear echelon fighting from heavy cover. So are the Grenadiers, but they're actually out of range. Hopefully his heavy cover is just slightly out of range. Looks like going to make his way down south. Both in the rear echelon making his way up north, trying to find better positions, but they're just going to avoid each other. Up north, we've got the Rifleman squad pushing his way forward, trying to capture this VP.
Got a rifle squad waiting for orders.
And Grenadiers are capturing down south. Let's see. Do we see any... Yep, we do see the lieutenant being deployed on out. Or should I say being upgraded, because that's right there an upgrade, not a unit. Which upgrades to spawn out a lieutenant.
Grab your shit.
Grenadiers.
Grenadiers pushing the way forward, trying to engage the riflemen over here. We do have the Grenadiers. They do get behind some light cover. The heavy cover was wired off by the rear echelon. With 2 rifleman squads in this region, the Grenadier squad will need to fall back. The other Grenadier squad is going for this point. It is a cutoff point. If you zoom in on the mini-map. Oh, that's a bit of a lag spike.
The enemy is attempting to steal our
And it is a
sector.
cutoff point to this fuel point he's trying to claim up. This fuel point is being gauged over here. And the Rifleman squad does get some back from the Pioneers. Grenadiers are advancing forward. They are going to be in nice close range to engage that rear echelon squad, so that heavy cover will be nullified.
We have been assigned fresh Panzer Grenadiers.
First squad of Panzer Grenadiers have been deployed on out. He does have, of course, Battle Phase 1. He can also upgrade to some LMGs, but he's going to use his initial munitions on a med bunker. Rifleman squad captured that point. That is, they did not deploy out any landmines there, though he does have a doctrine to place them down. And the left lieutenant is capturing up that cutoff point now. Light Mechanized Company has been deployed on out, pulling on for some 222s.
Territory secure.
Could be for a 250 half track. 222 or 251? 250 is more general purpose, more reliable, and but you could use the 251 to reinforce and ferry troops around.
We are ready for action.
Grenadiers will lose out. 2 Rifleman squads are engaging at long range, and if the 2 units are on equal footing, pass and generally at full health, it's a 50-50 coin flip between Grenadiers and Riflemen who actually wins. So the second squad, that guarantees that the Rifleman squad will win out. Panzer Grenadiers getting dropped the model right there. Rear echelon and 50 cal advancing. That, of course, will let him know what he's gone for. Then again, he already spotted the lieutenant. First name Lou, last name Tenet. And the Grenadier squad does get forced some back. Doesn't decapture the munitions point either.
Combat infantry now have access to additional equipment and tactics.
We do got a doctrine to lock in. It is the Jaeger infantry doctrine. It's able to get G43s and camouflage. You see immediate upgrades on his not retreat squads. We got a 2-2 now deployed on the field. He does have 60 munitions. Panzer Grenadiers do cost 50 of their G43s, while Grenadiers cost full 60. These 2 starting to advance.
Taking our territory.
And the 2-2's now engaging against some sporadic fire there. Rifleman squad is advancing, does have 18 craft grenades. He does capture the VP there. The Rifleman squad is skirting around, trying to capture the point. The 2 is being engaged at long range by the Rifleman and the Lieutenant. The Lieutenant's not fully in combat. It'll get some sporadic damage, slowly whittle away against the 2-2. Oh, this light size is getting a bit bad right now. Oh, I'm going to my last replay of the night, because I think my computer needs a restart at this current rate. Restart the VRAM. Bazooka has been granted the Lieutenant, but that is more or less a way to ward away vehicles rather than hunt them down. Panzer Grenadiers do bypass a point, going straight for the VP. Grenadiers are catching at this point now. There's some hidden sandbags deployed out for them. LMG has been upgraded, Pioneers advancing forward. And the rear echelon squad does fall back.
We are losing a sector. Panzer Grenadiers standing by.
Fresh squad of Panzer Grenadiers has been deployed on now. 2-2's roaming around. Could find some angle on this Rifleman squad. Though he does have his rear armor exposed, so some of those rounds will go to the rear armor. The Rifleman squad does fall back as this one's captured at that point.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Grenadiers are behind some heavy cover there. Rifleman's from the closing distance there. Stewart is here to support them as well. Grenadiers try to focus fire this squad here, but they're largely unsuccessful. But they do fall back nice and early, so to maintain less manpower bleed.
The territory is out of contact. Ready for action.
As Grenadiers are pushing their way forward. Grenadiers trying IFR Panzerfaust. rear echelon advancing forward. They do get behind some light cover there. They're seeing quite a bit of fire. After that point,
We are losing a sector.
and the rifleman going to be capturing that southern munitions point now. Got this rifleman behind some heavy cover, bit wounded. Does have an ambulance.
The enemy is taking our territory.
And now the Su-2 is starting to advance.
Anti-tank gun has arrived.
Does fall back nice and early, trying not to get any more manpower related himself. The squad may need to sustain a rifle grenade, even though he's behind heavy cover. A rifle grenade wouldn't be half bad. Though the 2-2 could roll forward and actually destroy the sandbags quite quickly. Or the Steward will roll a miss. Nope, I was thinking the Steward may roll a miss and hit the sandbags themselves. As the Grenadiers are advancing forward, trying to run down some of these forces. Rear echelon with Minesweeper here, and there's also a 50 cal right there. So these Panzer Grenadiers are sort of just stuck right there. And ooh, nice. He's force firing the ground right there. Pioneer squad may draw some fire there. Does draw some fire there. Bundle grenade. He can use sprint. He actually showed perhaps use sprint. Though lucky he didn't need it, but he does have the sprint ability because he does have the ambush camouflage.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Rifleman now capturing that point,
Reporting objective captured, yes?
and this point does get fully
Enemy is
captured.
attempting to steal our sector.
Up north, let's see. Of course, that's the unlock. He does have a bit of fuel, not enough for the major. Captain has not been researched. The austere player, I thought I just saw him at 100. Yep, he just started battle phase 2. So soon, by the time that gets complete, he could potentially, and to get the structure built, he could potentially build out a Panzer IV. Probably gonna be Panzer IV. That's gonna be Ostwind or Stug. So, Ostwind wouldn't be half bad versus the Steward. Ostwind, it can take out the Steward itself. Panzer IV will, of course, do it quite well. Stug, get something that can hit the infantry. Don't need a build Stug to hit a Steward.
The enemy
Left
is taking
Lieutenant
our territory.
Luke Report does drop a bazooka there. That'd be a great item for him to pick up with the Pioneers. Because their tactical effectiveness is very limited, and that will greatly increase their tactical effectiveness. This captured bazooka is advancing forward, lining up a shot. Does get connection there onto the Steward.
Ready yourself.
Steward is finally getting hit there on the Pioneer. Another good hit there on Pioneer. The Pioneer squad needs to fall back way too wounded. Probably even being wiped by the Steward if it gets... And probably won't take more than one shot there, but the Steward's rolling some misses there.
We are losing a sector.
Does fall back. Got a nice pack gun shot there onto the Steward. As he just hold fire to get away.
A capture point is under attack.
As Grenadiers capture the Northern VP, the US player has 468 tickets. That is a massive advantage, and he has a triple capture against the Axis player. Right now, the tickets are 333 for the very austere player. So it doesn't, triple capture doesn't count down as quickly as those in Dawn of War 2. Dawn of War 2 counts down really, really quickly. Rifleman squad does get forced on that.
Machine gun team, ready for orders. We're losing a capture point.
Rifleman heading up north.
Crew ready. A capture point is being overrun.
And now the VP is being captured up as well. Rear echelons have picked up himself a pair of bazookas. And now the Steward's going to try to ward away the Grenadier. We do gain some sporadic fire. We do have the support armor core for the austere player. He does have 90 fuel. Needs a bit more manpower to deploy out a Stug. Need a bit more to deploy out a Ostwind, as well as a tiny amount of fuel. But he's probably going to save up for a Panzer IV. Grenade Warfare on the build queue. That's an unusual item. No, that's not Grenade Warfare. 81mm mortar for the US player. Which, that's even less likely an item. Because the US mortar is not that great. It's more there just to counter MG42s and deal with early structures in the early game. Autocannon fire does connect to the Stuart. Got bazooka shots coming on off. Of course, they're not effective versus the Panzer Grenadier, and the 50 cal does force back the Panzer Grenadiers. 81mm mortar's first shot rolls a complete whiff. Good shot there in the Stuart by the Pak 40. And rolls a miss there as well. Forrest on the ground trying to get another kill or another hit. Won't be enough. If he does get a hit, doesn't get the kill, and still withstand one more shot. Over here, the Rifleman Squad backing off away. 2 Rifleman Squads here, able to easily overwhelm Pioneer Squad with a bazooka and Minesweeper. But this Rifleman Squad is going straight for the munitions point. Oh, this one's going to go straight for this point. He doesn't have to even worry about the 2 submachine guns, because if he just drops one model, there goes half of his damage output. Does suppress down the Panzer Grenadier right there, and does get a good hit there on the Panzer Grenadiers. Got prioritized fire turned on for the Stuart. Try hunt down this 2-2. 2-2 is getting some very sporadic damage there onto the Rifleman Squad.
One of our capture points.
Now we got a fresh Panzer IV deployed on the field. Good hit there onto the 2-2. Does get more shots onto it. Does prioritize fire for a brief moment. Decides to retarget Grenadiers. Not going to pursue it at the moment. MG42 in the middle of the field. Both the MGs are in range of each other. Though the gunner of the MG4 of the 50 cal is exposed, so potentially the MG40 is able to suppress it. As far as advancing forward, may get a shot off onto that Stuart. There are, of course, 2 bazookas here to support. Rolls 1 pen, 1 miss. Rolls a miss. Got some good damage there, actually. Double bounce. Oh, and that Stuart is sort of dancing around from the Panzer IV. That is not a good idea. Does get a vision block crit there. Another vision block crit. Bazooka's down to 1 last bazooka firing. The Minesweeper model's still up. It does fall back now. Grenadiers trying to advance forward, trying to get a Panzer Faustov. Now we've got these Panzer Grenadiers advancing forward. And looks like the Rifleman Squad does force them back. Mortar raining in onto the MG42 as the 50 cal does receive a bit of fire there, forcing him back. Looks like there is a Grenade Warfare on the build queue. Very nice. Grenadier Squad does get suppressed. And this Panzer IV is not getting repaired on up. The 2 is advancing forward, receiving a bit of fire from the 50 cal. The 50 cal is getting some good work done. Does need armor piercing rounds to get some damage. Pak 40 trying to fire some rounds onto that sandbags. And Unogrenadable Stone does dodge it. Now we do have an Easy 8 being deployed on out. Panzer Grenadiers do receive a hit right there.
Light artillery barrage ready to launch.
Light artillery barrage. Oh, it's just that the light artillery barrage really is available. I was thinking that was something like the Kunai House for the artillery officers for some reason. Panzer IV does receive some hits there. Got bazookas onto the Major as well. MG42 and Panzer Grenadiers, and Grenadiers advancing forward. The Stuart's still in this region. Pak 40 is set up. It's going to soon be set up in a better position. 50 cal does get smoked out by the Grenade Warfare, which is very good. And a great hit there by the Grenade Warfare. DC-8 has been pulled on out, getting some damage there. Pack 40 receives a good hit there. And now the US mortar has repositioned at a pretty bad angle. Pack 40 setting on up, may find a shot on these forces.
This is ours now.
Rolls a miss there on the MG42 as it packed on up. Could use the medical crates there, the field first aid onto the MG42. That will greatly help it out. As far as advanced 4, Rifleman Squad does get forced on back. Got another 50 cal right there. And the Easy 8 does find a good pen there. Efficiency 1. That's an competitive pretty cool. Oh, he swapped out the cruise with the Stewart. That's what happened. Swapped out the cruise with the Stewart with the Sherman tank to get the Sherman tank immediately now at efficiency 2. That will greatly help out that Easy 8. Very, very good play. You don't usually see that unless you can see the old withdrawal refit ability. Grenadier Squad does receive a bit of fire. 81mm mortar squad does fall back and gets wiped out. Good to there on the Grenadier. Oh! Veterans they do. Decreases scatter, right? Increase accuracy, which I believe decreases scatter. Picks himself up another bazooka. There's a double bazooka Pioneer. That's a little bit unusual. These forces are reinforcing, trying to make their way forward. And it's a Rifleman from the